3 new champion stars are born! Jade Cargill's reign of terror finally ends, and Trinity's first big pay-per-view match in Impact Wrestling. How does she do? Welcome to Returning to Bell, this is DS!
And I'm the Dad Bod Demigod. My name's Joey Mayberry.
Yeah! We're filming this Memorial Day weekend at night.
Hold on, can we do this again? I'm like,
This is giving dewdrop. We're here to review. What are we reviewing? We're gonna do NXT Battleground, and then Double or Nothing AEW.
So much stuff.
And then we have, with Paloma, we also did Impact Wrestling Under Siege. With the Trinity, so we're gonna put that later. Well, let's start with NXT Battleground, because we got the finale match for the NXT Women's Championship Tournament. We got Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton. I was worried about this match. These two people were like, they were never in a pay-per-view match as like the top 2 contenders ever.
Right.
So that's why I was like, I thought this was a very interesting 2 that they chose.
This was a very interesting thing just because, like, we got to see it in real time where it was like, oh, their chemistry is not quite there. Like, not quite. Like, it wasn't a bad match by any sort of imagination, but, like, literally just, like, there were little spots where you're just like, oh, that was kind of, what's Paloma's word? A little bit wonky. A little wonky.
Because with NXT matches, we always had, like, a couple people that we always rely on. So Roxanne's always there. Who else? Like, Alba Fire was there. You know, Zoe Stark.
Is the big thing.
It was always a mix of people that were like, okay, these are the NXT's, like, main girls. This time, these were 2 girls that were like, NXT's really trying to push it to the top, the face of NXT.
Yeah.
So I was like, very curious how this is gonna go.
Oh, I knew how it was gonna go. No lie. I predicted this win.
I mean, yes.
Because Tiffany Stratton is amazing.
Oh my
I love
God.
it. Almost as amazing as her gear. I think her gear superseded her wrestling ability in this because she came out looking cute.
This brought me memories of like how much I loved her like original gimmick when she was like Daddy's little girl, like Daddy's little brat.
I understand. This daddy has many brats. It's okay.
But I also think Lyra looked amazing with that gold. I mean, she looked so good.
She looked really good. I want to steal the feather piece, like the shoulders thing.
Yeah.
Like I liked it. She looked amazing. But then when Tiffany came out, I was like, this is giving me like Tori Wilson, she's Tori Stratus from now on.
So Lyra from last episode of NXT sustained a storyline leg injury from Cora Jade, so she was kind of like working that into the storyline, and then she had that like botch landing, which is, I think it was a storyline thing.
I think it was a storyline thing. The only thing that failed that was the fact that Tiffany fell down.
She
went for that like bum kick with her leg and was like going for it, and then she kind of like went, oh, my leg, but then Tiffany still fell down like she was kind of trying to sell it.
Oh, okay. So what did you think of this match?
Overall, I think it was a really good match. It was a lot of fun. These are 2 really good spot wrestlers.
Ooh.
Like, I think they're great wrestlers in general, but they have such like finesse with these amazing moves that they pull out. Lyra's kick, and then all of the reversals and things that she would do. Like, she's really technical in that aspect.
Right, she's very technical, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also so flashy. But then you got Tiffany, who's also so flashy. Like, that moonsault is a...
I'm such a whore. I'm such a whore for false finish.
Oh, love it.
They were really tickling my spot with that false finish after false finish. But false finish, it was like, I was like, yes, give it to me.
Not this motion. They were really good. The thing that got me, though, was the reversals and things and the, like, near falls were never, like, high impact moves. Especially, like, towards, you know, the beginning, middle of the match. Like, they were just like, oh my God, she almost got her kind of thing. Even from the get-go when she got her in that crucifix and Tiffany was like, it was just so crisp and so good that even like at the end, their falsies, like 10 times what the falsies were at the beginning. It was just really good from that build standpoint.
They really built it up really well. And I also love that the leg injury was a big storyline factor in this match that I think overall, I think it had multiple layers that made it all really interesting. And like, what do you think about Lyra's character, by the way?
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Lyra as a babyface, it's very aloof. It's very difficult to access. So, like, I kind of feel far away from, like, that character. But, like, because of that leg injury, I was able to get into her more as a babyface.
Yeah, I think the leg injury really helped with that. I also think that, honestly, them switching her name from Aoife Valkyrie in NXT UK... Because even in NXT UK, like, it was like, oh, she's a Valkyrie. And you've got that kind of premise from, like, you know, folklore, Marvel, all that good jazz. Whereas she comes out here and you're like, oh, she's got feathers.
So the ending was the most perfect moonsault.
So good. Like, Lacey Evans was watching that and being like, well, my career's over.
Like, there are moonsault that I'm like, that hit. That was when Lita hit that moonsault to Trish. I feel like, damn, that really hit.
Mm-hmm. I love that we know exactly what moonsault we're talking about.
Well, like, this one felt that good. Where, like, the moment it hit, I was like, that was the perfect moonsault, and that's the moment she becomes a champion.
Mm-hmm. And it really cemented her. Different way it felt. Because, like, when you watch, like, old NXT, like, women's championship matches, like, you think about the Sasha and Bayley, or even, like, Asuka and Nia, things like that. There was very clear kind of like character definition, and you knew kind of where these characters were going.
Right.
Whereas Tiffany and Lyra both felt so new that when she wins the belt, it was kind of like this breath of fresh air got breathed into the division.
It was definitely a star-making moment for both of them, so I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. That's such a diva character that I'm like so in love with.
And she's so good.
Yeah. So good.
Like, I love it. I love that the divas are coming back because, let me tell you all, you can be sexy and still be able to kick someone's ass. Like,
she was really composed, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know the only thing that I hate about Tiffany Stratton?
What?
Those eyes got so big. I don't like her theme song.
Oh.
I want to get, like, it's not bad. It's good, not bad.
And while we are thanking Trish Stratus, hashtag thank you Trish, let me also thank NordVPN for making this episode happen, because you guys, are you on the internet without VPN right now? That's a huge mistake, because the government and hackers can just look at what you're doing right now. What am I watching on my secret second Twitter account? None of your business. No, but seriously, as you know, I travel a lot. I was just in Baltimore, traveling to Korea tomorrow, and Jacksonville in a couple weeks, and I get really nervous about using public Wi-Fi at the airport or cafe to work after learning they can be compromised by criminals to intercept your data. So I love that I can encrypt my online traffic with NordVPN at all times to keep the weirdos off my information. On top of that, I can get the entertainment because I can watch my favorite K-dramas or movies that are not regularly on my US network using NordVPN by just changing the location. Boom! And NordVPN is introducing a brand new feature to the desktop app, the Threat Protection, which guards your device against malicious website, malware trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at all time. And I know for sure that some of you love watching those pay-per-view shows on a watch wrestling website with like 100 pop-ups. This is a good protection for you. So get yourself NordVPN at nordvpn.com/ringthebell. And if you sign up now, you can get 2-year plan with additional 4 months free. That's nordvpn.com/ringthebell. And it's 100% risk-free thanks to 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you, NordVPN.
Let's move to AEW real quick. We got Double or Nothing. First match we got was the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm versus the champion Jamie Hayter, who apparently is legit injured. Her shoulder injury is legit, so until this actually happened, we weren't sure if she's clear, if she's going to actually wrestle. She didn't wrestle, but she did wrestle.
Yes, very concerned about her injury, very concerned about all of that, but you know what I'm most concerned about?
What?
Toni, what were you wearing, girl? Like, what was that?
It was giving, like, Becky Lynch's, like, early outfits.
It was like if Lacey Evans did K-pop.
Okay, do not come for K-pop like that.
Okay, come on. The buns, though.
Oh, the buns.
The buns.
The buns were cute.
They were very cute, but they did not go with that outfit.
She's been doing buns for a while. I don't get it. It was a gray outfit with the red. That's not your color scheme. Anyway.
It's like she cut up Commander Aziz's uniform.
So what happened was that Toni Storm came out, and then Jamie Hayter wasn't coming out, and then we learned that she was, like, attacked backstage by the Outcast. So, like, they were dragged out by Saraya and Ruby, and we were like, what's going on? And then the match still started. And then Hikaru Shida came out, Britt Baker came out. It was like a whole, like, more of a segment.
Felt so delayed. So they're beating down Jamie for, like, what felt like a hot second.
Yeah.
And then finally Britt Baker runs out. Like, it's like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Hikaru Shida comes out, like, what, a millennia later? Like, it's like, okay.
Even in the whole situation, and especially us knowing that she's actually injured, she looked like a badass while still fighting for it. But ultimately, this wasn't the match that we were looking for at AEW, Double or Nothing.
No, it really wasn't. It was, especially between these two.
Right.
Because we know how good Toni is. We know how good Jamie is.
Right.
And then bringing them together, this felt, and I'm going to say it in a bad tense, very like WWE Raw. Like, it did.
And especially because their last match at Full Gear last year was so good. Mm-hmm. So probably that's why the disappointment is coming from. I would be less annoyed about this whole injury situation if Jamie actually had a good reign. Like, her entire reign has been just shadowed by Britt Baker versus the Outcast storyline. It was such an afterthought, and it's a freaking criminal.
It is, because Jamie's so over.
Yeah,
so
literally.
over.
She was one of the most naturally over person that got championship because of that. That to be wasted. She had some good championship defenses here and there. No consistent storyline. The real consistent storyline was this Outcast bullshit. I love Outcast.
AEW? Not having consistent storyline?
I love Outcast, but this storyline was not making Jamie look good. It was not about Jamie, basically.
Yeah, that just faults her. Especially when you have somebody who's just so loved by the crowd.
Yeah.
It's very much reminding me of, like, do you remember when Lita came back? Like, post-neck injury? Right. And she was, like, on fire. And then they went right into that storyline with Kane and Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
And it just, like, killed this momentum for somebody who's so over. That's what it really felt like to me.
It's a jail time. Somebody should go to jail for this because this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, the way they kill Jamie's momentum is jail time. I'm upset about it.
Who has to go to jail? I'll go to jail. I need free food and board. I'm poor. Help me.
Anyway.
We're going to harken back to the days, like we've done before, of me and Moxie Molly in my kitchen in front of a golden speckled backdrop talking about AEW needs to put some storylines in the women's division. And here we are in 2013 talking about the exact same.
Because, bitch, look at the talents involved in this segment. Soraya, Britt Baker, Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, Hikaru Shida, Jamie, like, is all-star. Yeah. Every single one of them.
Yeah, they could earn a repeater badge like that. But, like, legitimately, that's the problem.
It's
infuriating. And it's always been the problem.
Infuriating. Let's move to the second match. The TBS Championship, Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. Both had amazing entrances.
Oh my god. Those are the entrances of my dreams. Yes. Like, that's what I want to be when I walk out on television.
Taya with the drag performers. It was so sexy. Mm-hmm. But Jade Cargill with that whole, like, pink, like, almost like a little Barbie, almost like Fairly Odd Parents moment. With the AKA sorority, it was just...
Not the Fairly Odd Parents!
I know it's you, Wanda and Cosmo there.
You're going like Fairly Odd Parents. I'm over here going like, oh, Sour Patch Watermelon.
Like, that dance was so cute. I really love. I think Jade had a lot of great looks, but this might be one of my favorites.
Oh, totally one of my favorites. I mean, this color scheme you can't beat.
So
like,
cute.
Lime green, one of my two favorite colors. But then to add that pink to it, like, it popped. And then let's not forget to talk about her eye makeup.
Oh, she was on point.
So on point. Like, legitimately, she walked out looking like a star. I think that's, like, Jade's main selling point.
Right.
Which is, like,
she's a star.
She doesn't even have to be a star, because it's like someone like her walks into a room, you're like, oh, that's someone.
What did you think of the match?
I thought it was good. Yeah. I love Taya. I think she's one of my favorite wrestlers.
She's your favorite?
One of my favorite.
One of your favorites?
I love people who have a vibe. Like,
there is definitely a very unique Taya vibe. There is some, like, weight to the way that she moves. Mm-hmm. Like, there is some intensity to it.
Yeah, and it's got such a method to it that's, like, uniquely her. Mm-hmm. Like, you know when you're, like, doing WWE Creator Wrestler and you have to, like, choose certain moves? Mm-hmm. Like, there's very things that you could look at with her and put it in a Creator Wrestler and be like, oh, that's very Taya. The match itself, not bad.
I really liked it, actually.
I think it was up there as far as, like, the Jade Cargill match.
Also, Jade has been improving a lot. That stomp that Taya did to Jade.
Just call it the FYF your face, because she bounced off that mat.
You could see that Jade has improved so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that she's really, like, doing a lot, like that springboard dive into Taya's, like, double knee counter. So there's a thing that I've noticed, at least in, like, WWE NXT kind of realm, where big huge spots like that looked really rehearsed and looked really like, okay, we went over this a few times. Yeah. Whereas this just looked like a car crash. I loved it.
Taya Valkyrie hit Jaded or hit Road to Valhalla and was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna win, she's gonna win. She did not.
Jaded.
Road to Valhalla. Glam
Oh, you mean the Glam Slam? The Glam Slam.
I thought she was gonna win there, but it was a false finish, and it was basically three count. Basically 3 count.
It was, but you gotta love Jade's like that just.
But then somehow Jade, I don't even know how it happened.
She kicked out like an Herbal Essences commercial.
She kicked out and somehow like ties have turned and then Jade did and then she won.
Yeah, with the same move.
Yeah. After the match, it was a 60th win, and then we had Mark Sterling come out and he's like, she can defend this title anytime, anywhere. Okay, you cannot do that because who came out? Kris Statlander.
Which, if anybody knows where I can find that action figure, I'm looking for a Kris Statlander and I can't find her.
Guys, I'm obsessed with Kris Statlander.
She's so cool.
Yeah, she's like one of the best wrestlers out there. I mean, she just came back from a very long recovery, so I'm hopefully looked great.
Actually, she looks so much wider. Like, she looks jacked.
Right.
Like, okay, girl, I see you hitting that gym, working on your fitness.
So, I mean, if they were just really waiting for Kris Statlander to finally take the title off of Jade, I mean, I'm here for it. Okay.
I support it. Like, she's one of the people that I'd be like, okay, I'm okay with her taking the title off of Jade. I kind of really wanted it to be Taya. I'm not gonna lie.
You love Taya.
I like Taya Valkyrie. She's my girl.
If I had to pick between Stat and Taya, I would pick Stat. Stat gives me like AEW homegrown vibe.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm really happy that she won. And she won with the Sunday Night Fever. I love her finisher. She has great finishers.
Honestly, I'm not against it. But I think it would have been a bigger win if it was not like... This felt like Money in the Bank to me a little bit.
Right.
Like, it was just that open challenge after a match. I don't mind it, but I really want to see these two go at it, like, for the belt. So, like... If it would have been, like, not Taya and like a mystery opponent or, like, an open challenge for the show, I think I would have been more for it.
Okay, because I'm so happy for Statlander. She deserves everything. The only thing, and I'm mixed about it because, like, money is in the chase.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like
part.
I really wish Statlander had that good storyline build and chase until she finally defeated Jade Cargill. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I kind of want that moment, but also knowing that it's AEW, maybe it's better that she just won it like that.
You ain't lying. That was shady as hell, but you ain't lying.
It was a great moment, great what is it? What was rating?
I don't know. Let's just do this again.
It was a great moment.
Yeah, it was fine. It's for what it was. I don't mind it. I think it could have been more.
Yeah,
but it was good. Not bad.
Yeah, and also now that brand split is coming, I feel like now TBS Championship could be more of like equal footing with the AEW Women's Championship now. Because before it was more like Jade Cargill title or like little bit secondary title.
I like that more. I like that they have a mid-card championship. Like, it's just something to... Like, I get that they didn't really build it that way because they had Jade with the title. Right. But, like, legitimately, I think having that little mid-card championship to build those women up to the women's championship.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's also what WWE needs. Like,
well, unfortunately, they're sending all the people that the locker room doesn't like the Collision. So, they need a second title. AEW had some issues. They had the biggest star, Jamie Hayter, injury, so like they were struggling, but I think overall they did a good job of what they're given.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only thing I have to add is Sky Blue for champion. Love you, Sky.
Yeah, Sky Blue's killing it.
I love her. That's one of my besties.
Oh my gosh, just Stratus! I didn't know you were in Impact too.
Oh, we're doing a bit. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm sweating my ass off. But we have an important match to talk about.
We do.
Trinity. Teeth. Do you know that she has like a whole dance? T.
No.
R. No. N. It's a whole dance that she does.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we got Trinity's big first match, the pay-per-view match. Trinity versus Giselle Shaw with the whole gang.
With it both looked amazing.
Oh my god.
So good.
Okay, so I talked about this during the weekly review that I was a little little worried about her outfit in her first match with Kylan King. But I think she slayed here.
I think so too. Okay, so this is super random, but one time I did a tryout to go wrestle in Japan. One of the critiques I got was about my gear, saying that you should always have 3 colors in your gear because 2 colors is very indie, and if it's 3 colors, it makes it look more professional and elevated. And I was wearing gold and black at the time. Like, oh, you would put just like a red line or a silver line that would like elevate it. So I think that's what it totally reminded me of when I saw Trinity's first gear, because it's just lime green and black. I'm like, every time I see somebody with 2 color gear, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, I'm not the one that said it. That's what they told me. No, she had 3 colors. So she had lime green, and then the darker green, and black too.
Did
more
she?
Elevated. Yeah, that big star in the middle was more darker green.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Thank God. Of course, Giselle Shaw looks amazing.
So good. Her little entrance, little robe jacket thing that she wears, so good.
And you know I love Jade Vidal. Hot tea. And Savannah Evans looked amazing too. She got rid of her Demi Lovato hair.
I love Savannah Evans. I actually met her like years ago at a Rise show, and we like been keeping a little in touch from here and there. So it's awesome to see her and her Demi Lovato hair.
Not to break character too much, but she's amazing.
Yeah. No, she really is.
Okay, what do we think about this highly anticipated match?
It was good. It was a solid match. I feel like Trinity's really showing people like, hey, look, these are all my 5 moves of doom that I used to do in WWE. But also, look at all these cool moves I could do too. Yeah. I think she's almost too concentrated on spots. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just feel like she's very concentrated on like, look at all the stuff I could do that either I didn't do in WWE or WWE didn't let me. So it's very like spotty, but I feel like, okay, you don't have to do all that in one sequence.
I see what you mean. She was like, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
They're like, oh shit, that's awesome. But hold on. Yeah, you don't have to show us everything all at
once. Look at me, juggling all these moves.
Yeah, so that's what I felt like. But I think Giselle played a really, really good heel in this. And I think it gave her the great opportunity for Trinity to build up and fight back. And I love whenever heel versus face and the face is not just dead during the heat of the heel when they're just like getting beat up. She did a really good job like fighting back, and like the hope spots were there. But sometimes it was just like, okay, that's a lot. But I still liked it.
It was a fun match. It was a fun match. Trinity brought a lot of our fan favorite moves from Naomi days, like Starstruck, the submission.
I love the submission. I've totally forgotten. I'm like, wait, has she always had a submission move?
Trinity wasn't used that well in WWE that she would like sprinkle these moves throughout her career, and now we can bring all this in one match. It's like I could do all this in one night. Well, that's happened for you.
All right, too much now. Too much of a good thing almost.
She also paid a little homage to Nikki Bella.
Oh, totally. The rack attack for sure, which I will never do because like that hurts. Shout out to anybody who does that move because I don't want to fall on my knees while I'm carrying a person. So shout out to Nikki Bella and Trinity for doing that move because I will never in a million years do that.
I was thinking that too because I was like, that move is famous for almost ending Nikki's career. It was a thought that counts. Yeah, but stop using it so I don't want your spine to be messed up, Trinity. But that was cute. I feel like I am in more hurry than Trin to get like this banger out of the way so that people can shut the hell up about like, is Trinity actually a good wrestler? I hate to do this. But remember how like Mercedes first couple matches outside of WWE, she was doing crazy bangers that people are saying, oh my god, this could be one of the top matches of her career. I mean, given that New Japan Pro Wrestling is a bit of a different product than Impact Wrestling, where Impact is more character based, there's storylines, I don't know. I felt like maybe I was waiting for that. Understanding an Impact perspective, it's a character-driven and like story-driven show. So for her to have like all-out war with Giselle Shaw on their first match
doesn't really make sense to have that.
Right.
I think a lot of times when people are very known being in WWE and felt like constricted in their WWE role, they have a point to prove. But sometimes it's almost too big of a point to prove. Like, you know, it's almost like that's the only thing on their mind. Like, oh, I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to show them. I'm going to prove it to them. As opposed to like, go out there and do what you do best, and that's wrestle to almost to the point where don't go out there wanting to be like, I'm gonna prove them wrong. That just comes with it. And I mean, that's a good chip on your shoulder to have because you could tell that. But it's almost like concentrating on it too much. You know, like just go out there and do your thing. And if it's a badass thing, and then so be it. But I feel like trying too hard to prove everybody wrong, then it comes out not how they necessarily wanted it to.
The way the Knockouts division has been so giving to a lot of the women, like Gail Kim, Mickie James, Mia Yim, Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, was that they were able to show that crazy side they weren't able to show in WWE. Yeah. Can she really tap outside of where Naomi's comfort zone was?
Exactly.
Is I think what we want to see. I don't necessarily think that Trin showed all that.
Yeah. I actually think like the edge of your seat, like, oh my gosh, banger of a match and stuff comes with a lot of emotion that goes into the match.
Yes.
And I don't think this match necessarily had that like blood brewing for a few months emotion and we finally get this match, or like it's a payoff match for a big storyline. I mean, I'm glad that they do focus on storylines, whether it be big or small, but I think we just need to work up a little bit more emotion. I definitely want to see more. I'm excited to see where they put her and like where that like emotion's gonna come from, because I feel like that emotion was there for like Jordan and Deanna's match for sure.
Yes, which we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, but definitely I feel like that's the only thing that was missing, because the moves are there. Obviously, she showed us all the moves she could do, which were great and fantastic, but it's just like almost like missing that emotion.
It's kind of a catch-22 in a sense that, yes, we want to build to that moment, but also I could also tell that Impact is in a hurry to really capitalize this hype, because it seems like they're going straight to Deanna versus Trinity.
Oh, for sure.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Very excited. Very excited. But this is a good start.
Oh, for sure.
This is a good start of Trinity's career in Impact Wrestling,
I'm glad she's at Impact. I think she's like the best way for her to showcase what she can do and still have a platform to do that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Knockouts Championship match. Deonna Purrazzo and Jordynne Grace killing it out there.
Oh, for sure. Every single time these two step into the ring with no matter who it is, they like bring out such good matches. Like the fact that this match even happened is insane, because this was a very non-women match 15 years ago. Oh, there's gonna be a women's match where there's like reverse pile drivers and like a crazy Queen Gambits off the top. And you're like, what? No, like women can't do that. But this was such a like very non-traditional women's match. Busted out moves that you never would have thought in a million years that women would be doing. So I'm glad that they are able to do that.
There were like 10 pile drivers.
Oh my god, dude, it was like a customs match. There's so many custom matches where the people just order customs and all they want you to do is give or take pile drivers. I'm like, is this customs or what's going on here? The amount of false finishes and pile drivers was insane.
I was living for it. I don't know why the crowd was so dead.
Yeah,
maybe
it was
something
weird.
happened. Yeah, maybe something happened like match before. But I love how like Jordynne Grace, if she loses this match, like she couldn't challenge for Deanna's championship anymore. Like so Jordynne really came here so much like intensity. The chemistry was so on point.
Oh, for sure.
Babyface versus babyface.
Oh, for sure. Which is always really hard to do. Like it's really, really hard to do, and it was almost like 50-50, and I think that makes sense on why there was so many false finishes and like back and forth, because they're both babyface, and this is like a 50-50 match. Because I remember back when I first started wrestling, the promoter would tell you 80-20 or like 60-40 and the way that they want the match to like go, and this was definitely very 50-50. But I think anybody who wants to be a wrestler should like honestly like study these two women's tapes, because they do such a good job of like building up a storyline within a storyline in their match. And I think that's kind of like what we talked about other matches. They did have like a recurring theme and string that got all this match together, and it was just a good solid match. A little indie style, I would say, for sure, but I feel like that's what's like super over right now in wrestling anyway.
Apparently Jordynne Grace's contract with Impact Wrestling is now up, so she's a free agent, that she's taking some time off and doing some outside of pro wrestling projects. But Jordynne in last like a year maybe has like exploded into one of the most exciting wrestlers to see in the ring.
Oh, for sure. She definitely has stepped up her skills. Like nobody, without a doubt, nobody can say like Jordynne's a bad wrestler at all. Like she's a really good wrestler. She's definitely perfected her craft and her look, obviously. But and I can't believe she's 27 and she's been wrestling for 10 years. And I met her when she was literally 17. I met her first year of wrestling. So to see her like flourish into what she's at now, I'm like, good for you.
Yeah, she has always been a good wrestler, but like physically she has changed, like the intensity has changed, the character and just the aura that she has is just evolved, and I just can't wait to see what she does next. Either in AEW or WWE, like big leagues like that, I think she's ready.
Oh, for sure. And I would love to see what she can do even outside of wrestling, because she did, like you mentioned, she did say she's going to step away from wrestling for a little bit. So I'm kind of wanting to see what she does outside of wrestling, like where it is, because whatever she ends up in, she has a look. You can't deny that. So maybe she does something else out of it and she explodes there too, and then brings that in back into wrestling when she comes back.
Apparently she's a millionaire.
I heard with her content creation. So Oh, you go get that bag, girl.
Let me.
Millionaire DS starts now.
Again, we talked about it a little bit, but Trinity versus Yana Prazo is coming up. I think that will be a really good match.
I think would be like the test per se, where Trinity can and I know she can hang. She's athletic so much. She does so many cool moves, but I think this will be a different style because it'll be more of like the super indie style that I don't think Trinity is necessarily used to working.
She's never done indie.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how that develops because I think they both have the skills and the athleticism to put on a really good match, and I think this would be that banger match that you're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Trinity do a little bit of a character arc change because I feel I get why she's still feeling the glow and stuff right now.
You're sick of that shit already?
And it's still my favorite.
Let's go.
I see why you want to keep on doing it because that's what people know you from and WWE and stuff, but I would love to see an expansion on that, you know?
But imagine Knockout's title
being on
LED, yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, totally. That'd be fun. Does TNA sell their replica titles? No, that's probably expensive to make.
I want the old one. So if anyone can find that TNA Knockouts champion belt, let me know.
Cool.
Let me know. If you want to donate it, I'll be down for that too. Because I'm not a millionaire, unlike Jordan Gray.
Unless.
Alright, so that is our review for the weekend. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. That was a fun show.
It was fun. It was a good little watch.
Yeah.
I actually watched some men's wrestling too, which was surprising for me.
We're not going to talk about men's wrestling. Oh my god, Dragon Lee with his tiny... Joey, where can we all find you?
You can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, Joey.Mayberry on TikTok. Also check out my YouTube as well as the Golden Era podcast. If you like classic women's wrestling from the WWE Diva era, check out me and Jake Smith wherever you stream your podcast or right here on YouTube.
And you can find me at DShin on Instagram and RingTheBellDS on Twitter. I am going to Korea tomorrow for family emergency. So next week's weekly review will be on hiatus, but the moment I come back, I'm flying to Jacksonville to interview Alicia Fox. So big episodes are coming, so don't be too sad.
It's gonna be a Foxy holiday!
Foxy holiday. But yeah, next week I'm taking a little bit of a break, but yeah, big things are coming. All right, see you next time. Bye!